Welcome everyone. My name is Chandamita Chaudhary and I am a trainer at ICICI Foundation. Today in this session we will learn about the next part in non-verbal communication, that is under the module of basic communication skills. The learning objectives for today's session will be: we will try to identify the elements of non-verbal communication, we will understand the elements that will reflect a positive and a negative body language. Also, we will understand the importance that verbal, voice and non-verbal go hand in hand together for an effective communication process. Since in the last session we have learnt about non-verbal communication and its various components like gestures, eye contact, proximities, appearance and expressions, today in the session we will learn about the various elements of non-verbal communication that we usually observe in our day-to-day life. The first element that we will discuss is hand gestures. You must have noticed whenever we start talking, our hands automatically start moving around with the words, along with our words. These hand gestures, sometimes it conveys a positive message to the listener and sometimes a negative message. So let us observe some hand gestures and understand how it can be positive and how it can be negative. The first picture that you can see here is the fingers are clasped together, close together, but the palms are not joined like this, but it is in this position. The fingers are clasped, a clasped hand position. When we see the speaker in using such a hand gesture, it means the speaker is not much confident about what he is saying. On the other hand, the second picture, a triangular position that you can see, the fingers are joined. Definitely it is not a namaste, but the fingers are joined like this in a triangular position, which we know it as a steepling. This hand gesture shows that the speaker is very much confident about his words. He knows what he is saying. And the last picture, I believe this hand gesture will say without any word. Words are not required for this picture. The palms are open. At the moment I give like this, I share like this, my listener will definitely understand that I want something. So this is how hand gestures affect our verbal communication. Since we have understood about hand gestures, let us also understand about facial expression. Our face is the mirror to the emotions in our mind and our heart. So, as a good speaker, if you want to be a good speaker, you should be able to develop understanding your listeners' facial expressions to become a good speaker. Let us first check out some facial expressions. The first expression that we can see here, the listener seems bored. Her head is being pressed on the hand and there is a long drawn look on her face. She is not interested in the least to what the speaker is saying. A bored and a negative facial expression has been given. The second picture, similarly, the listener is not bored, but the listener has questions related to the contents what the speaker is sharing. She is in a doubt. She has covered her face with a question mark in her face. On the other hand, what we can see in the third picture, the listener is listening attentively. Her head is tilted to one side and with a look of interest in her face, she is trying to understand whatever the speaker is saying. A positive communication from the listener to the speaker. And the last picture here, it shows similarly as in the listener is in doubt. She is suspecting about the contents of what the speaker is saying. So this is how facial expressions communicate without saying anything. A speaker will definitely be able to understand about the emotions that the listener is going through by looking or observing these facial expressions. Also, along with the facial expressions, we also can understand and read body postures. Just as in the first picture, we can see here that the person who is sitting has folded his legs one on top of the other and the person has been holding the folded leg, a stubborn attitude. He was showing that he does not want to discuss more and he is very much stubborn in his attitude. He does not want to move from the place. In the second picture, the listener is holding one leg on top of the other and also he has folded his arms and he has laid back attitude. It shows the listener has withdrawn. Whatever he had to say, he has completed it and he does not want to add anything more to it. Let us check out the third picture. The listener here has a cool and a casual attitude here. The hands are at the back of the head and his legs are spread forward and he's sitting very casually. A speaker will definitely feel disinterested. He will feel that listener is not very much interested in what he is saying. A negative approach, I will say. But the last picture is a contrast to the previous three pictures. The speaker is open and has a positive attitude, a very positive communication to the speaker. So this is how positive body posture, facial expressions, hand gestures all comprise of a positive body language, just like using a steepling, opening arms, standing and open arms when we are talking with someone, giving a wave, greeting, forwarding a handshake when we are meeting someone. All these comprise a positive body language which will help you in having a positive personality. So today in this session we learned about that our body speaks. Our eyes, hands, posture, body posture, legs, all these things speak. If we use positive gestures, we will be able to communicate a very positive vibe to the listener, to an entire audience. Also, we should always remember that actions that we use, our facial expressions, our body posture, that will say more than what our words are saying, what my mouth is saying. Also, if we can understand how other people are saying, how other people are gesturing through their expressions or their hands or their body posture, we can become a good listener. And also always remember, if you have developed a habit of positive body language and positive posture and a positive attitude, you will have a positive personality which will definitely help you in your office development. I hope that this session was useful for you and you all can develop a positive personality in your future. Thank you.